Hey guys, Dale Thompson here, home business coach, and I'm coming to you from my kitchen here in beautiful Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and I want to welcome you to today's blog tips. And today we're going to talk about phone prospecting, and I know it's an ongoing problem through the internet and people that I've talked to over my years working with my team is the fear of just picking up that 200-pound phone that you just can't get up to your ear, and oh, it's just so heavy. Oh, well, I, I think you get the gist of it, right? So, a little story here I wanted to share with you. I was talking to one of our team members in our Skype group the other day, and she's relatively new to our team, and she had just generated a couple leads and had gotten a trial sale in the business that we are my team and I are working, and they had emailed her and asked for help. They said that they really didn't have the money to really go forward with what we were doing here, but they were struggling, and they reached out to her for help. And her concern is, well, what do I do? What do I how do I call this person? What do I say to them? And so that's what's kind of prompted this series. I'm going to be doing a series of these on phone prospecting to hopefully help you get out of that fear of picking up the phone. Because guys, it's such a vital tool. If you want sales right away in your business, you got to use the telephone. You got to be collecting a list or creating a list, and you got to be connecting with your prospects, guys, because that's what's going to separate you from the rest of the crowd. I mean, I'm sure you did the same thing. I know I do. I opt into people's lists all the time just to kind of get an idea what they're doing and see if there's something that I can learn from their email series or the strategies that they share. And so I'm sure you do the same thing, and everybody does it. And they lose track of what lists they opted into and what pages and so on and so forth. And they're just looking for someone, especially if they're new, they're just looking for someone that's willing to lend a hand. In most cases, they're struggling, and they just are looking for a way, looking for somebody to take them by the hand and show them the ropes and cut the learning curve for them. So there's a couple things I want to share with you here today about conquering your fear of the phone. First of all, guys, right off the bat, let me be honest with you. People are going to hang up on you. Okay, it's just a fact. It's just the way it goes. All right, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. So here's what you need to do to keep in mind when this happens to you. Is a wise person once said that it takes the average sale happens on the 10th try. It's 1 out of 10 that you're going to get a yes. So the thing you want to keep in mind is when somebody hangs up or when somebody says no to you, it's no big deal. You're just one no closer to a yes. So all you need to do is pick up the phone and make that next call. Somebody is going to be interested in what you're doing, especially if they opted in and left you a phone number. They want you to call them, okay? So the first thing, as I said, is you're going to get no's. Just get that in your head. It's going to happen. No big deal. Just go on to the next person, okay? Number two, And this is a big one to kind of get your mind set. Is what I usually do before I sit down at my desk to start making calls. Is I'll put on a motivational video. I'll go to YouTube and get something by Tony Robbins or Jim Rohn or one of those personal development coaches, and I'll listen to that video and really take a moment to try to absorb what it is that they're the message that they have in that particular video, and that just helps to get your mindset right when you're picking up the phone and help you to deal with rejection when people say no. The next thing that I want to share with you is that when you call people on the phone, you want to make sure that you get them talking, okay? God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. It's because we're supposed to listen twice as much as we're supposed to talk. So here are some questions that you want to ask to keep control of the conversation and get them talking about what it is that they do and get them to tell you what their pain is. Once you know their pain, the easy thing is to formulate a solution. That's all we do, guys, is we give solutions to problems. That's basically what we do as internet marketers, is we find our customers' pain and then we provide them a solution to solve it. Okay? And a couple of the ways to do this is to ask questions like, what are you promoting? And how's that working for you? What have your results been? Are you building a list? How are you advertising? What methods are you using to advertise? Okay? These are all important factors to keep the conversation going and to keep control of the conversation and get the information that you need in order to be able to steer them and present the solution that's going to solve their problem and hopefully bring them into your business. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, what if they ask me something I don't know or that I'm not sure about? Well, you can handle that one of two ways. The first way is to ask them, go back and ask them a question that you haven't asked them already, to redirect the conversation back on them so that they have to continue to talk. You might say something like, that's a great question, but let me ask you something. What was the name of the company that you were promoting? Or what did you tell me about how you're building your list? What technique did you use there? Something, you don't want to ask something you've already asked, because then they'll immediately know you're not listening and you've lost them right then and there. Okay? So think of something that you may not have asked them to kind of redirect the conversation back to them and to get them talking again. The second way to handle that is to say, that's a really good question. I can see that you have really good questions here, and I didn't want to take up much of your time today. But why don't we do this? Why don't I set up a three-way call with my business partner, myself, and you, and that way we could sit down and get all your questions answered, so that you're comfortable moving forward. I have later this afternoon or tomorrow morning, which would be better for you. You want to give them two options, guys. Never say, well, when's good for you? Because that's too open and makes it sound lackadaisical. You want to be very businesslike, let them know, give them the impression that you're very busy and you're going to pencil in a slot on your calendar, and your business partner's going to do the same thing. And so they want to make sure that they're there because you're taking time out of your schedule to help them. Okay? And if you're on my team and the Great Escape team and you run into this problem, then get a hold of myself or get a hold of one of the team members that are willing to help you. You can certainly call me, and I'll be happy to do that for you, to get on the phone with you, and we'll get those prospects' questions answered. And the last thing I wanted to leave you with, guys, because I didn't want to make this video too long, is, one of the big things that people ask me is, well, I don't know what I want to say. What if I say something wrong? Guys, hello? Reality check. They don't know what you're supposed to say. They don't know what the script is. You know what the script is. Okay? And so, for example, like I've been told before, see, you're sitting in a play, right? And you're watching the actors on stage. Okay? And somebody messes up a line. Do you know that they've messed up the line? The only way that you know that they've messed up a line or they're in the wrong position on the stage or whatever the case may be is if they let you know it. Otherwise, you have no clue. So they don't know what you're supposed to say. So you can't, unless you call them an idiot or something obvious like that, you can't screw it up. You can't screw it up. Just keep in mind that if they ask you something you don't know, you can either, tell them, hey, that's a great question, but let me ask you something, and then redirect it back to something else that they have to begin talking again. Or just say, that's a great question. I can see you have several questions here, and I wanted to keep this conversation short. I didn't want to take much of your time. I just wanted to get an idea of how we might be able to help. Why don't we set up a time with my business partner, myself, and you to get those questions answered? So, guys, with that being said, hope this has helped. There's going to be several of these videos coming out. I'm going to make a series on this, and we're also going to hold a webinar, a free webinar with our team, the Great Escape team. So if you're interested in getting an invite on that webinar to where you can ask questions and, get this stuff live, is go down to the bottom of the page on the blog, and there'll be a place for you to opt into my list. Okay? And I promise I take my list very seriously. I don't share anybody's email. I don't share anybody's information. All it's going to do is get you on my list so that I can send you great training just like this, and you'll also be eligible to get an invite to that free webinar we're going to be doing here in the next couple of weeks. So guys, with all that being said, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.